July, it is July 1st, and we are going to a barrel race today with Boo and Jet. See you there. Wow, what a day yesterday. So, I know this is kind of coming out of order once again. Today is Sunday, and I'm actually on the way to go teach a lesson at another farm and work with a horse. But the reason I didn't record yesterday on the way home is that we got stuck in the most intense rainstorm with thunder and lightning everywhere, and it was downpouring and could not see anywhere. And we were all kind of trucking together. So honestly, if I was to record, you probably wouldn't have even heard me because it was so loud. So I'm going to recap today what happened yesterday. So yesterday was such a good day. I'm so proud of the girls and all the horses yesterday. So it was nice because Allie, who's riding Jet, was actually number 2 out, and then Ember on her horse Dallas is actually 10. So it was nice to have them almost back to back like that. So they got done nice and early. And let's start with Allie here. So here's Allie's run right here. So this is only their second run together, or I guess second NBHA run. They've done one game show before. And she's really starting to figure out Jet. So we actually brought her horse Cookie that you'll see a few pictures of. So these are Cookie. She's a really, really cute little mare. But she's green, so she's learning how to come off property. We're still trying to figure her out. She's a little quirky, but she's good. So in the meantime, while we're getting Cookie up to speed, she's riding Jet. Now, she ran Jet a few weekends ago in Delaware, and they were laying down a really good run, but Allie actually has an issue with one of her legs. She has some plates and screws in it, from a horse accident a few years ago, and it's hard for her with that leg sometimes. So one of her issues that she tends to lose her stirrups, and that's what happened in Delaware and kind of messed with the pattern. They stayed on pattern, but they ran kind of slow, and it messed them up for sure. So today they ran so much better. This was their smoothest run. And it's just so nice seeing them kind of starting to click, because Jet is a really good girl, and even though she's not a made barrel horse, she tries her little heart out every time she runs. But it's so nice seeing her and Allie get along and doing so good. So they ran a 19.0, and they finished in the Open 4D and the Youth 4D. So again, it's a huge improvement on their last run. My biggest thing is I want them just to stay smooth and consistent. And again, smooth is fast, and that will eventually come as they keep working on together. So here, let's go ahead and see Ember and Dallas. Here's their run. So Ember and Dallas ran last weekend with me in Centerville, where they improved on their time, and then they improved on their time once again today. So they had a super smooth run. Their biggest thing is trying to figure out their first, trying to find their spot to the first, which they handled really, really well here. And it made me so happy to see that she's really starting to hustle her and get comfortable enough to really start to push her. And it's definitely showing in their time. They also ran a 19. It was a 19.6. They finished also in the Open 4D and the Youth 4D. But again, super smooth, so consistent. And I can say with both these girls, they're starting to get so much more confident, and they're really starting to push their horses, which is nice to see. So I'm super proud of them. And it made my heart, again, super warm with seeing her run home and actually try to hustle her. Because a lot of times she'll run her and just kind of sit there and hold her and let her run. But she hasn't really asked for that extra speed, which she did yesterday, which really paid off. So Boo and I were draw 54 of 163. And here's our run right here.
There you go, backside. There you go, push her, push her. There you go, get her home, push.
So once again, I'm so ecstatic with Boo. She has been on fire lately. And what's really funny is that she's quirky, as a lot of people that see her in real life know that she's just a little bit out there. And what was really weird and lately is that her new thing is in exhibitions. She likes to start hucklebucking and get excited when she's going around the barrels. Usually, especially her first, second, or third running home. And here's a little clip of what she likes to do. And it's never anything bad or like weird. It's just like her thing lately. And usually once you kind of snatch her up and she's like, okay, I'm working now. Like she just gets a little excited, I guess. But my husband laughs because he's like, let her do it. He's like, she does it and she runs good. So it's just what she does. So I'm just letting her do it. But she ran really, really good. This was probably our nicest run in this pen. My husband says this is our prettiest run we've had. But it was super good. She ran a 16.54. We did finish out of the money, so we were in the open 3D and the ladies 3D. And what's crazy, I always say with barrel racing, is that you get rewarded for going slow, and when you start to improve, then you lose everything. So, like last year in this pen, after we've been struggling for a while, we started winning the 4D all the time, which was really nice. Again, I'm trying to get faster and faster and faster. Now we're getting faster and smoother and better, and now we're clocking out of the money. So that's how barrel racing works, but I'm super, super happy with her. She really felt like she was firing yesterday, especially watching around her, like really coming out of her turns. Sometimes like she doesn't necessarily get hung up per se, but she like hesitates just a little bit. Like she tries to like really push off, but yesterday, she just kind of like turned and went. Like it was so nice. It felt super smooth. The one thing that I know we got a little hung up on, it wasn't even a hang up, but now as she's really figuring out her first barrel, I don't think I need to rate her quite as hard, not hard, but like I have been doing. And I feel like we lost a little speed around the first and going into the first, like compared to the second and third. But as soon as I like sent her across the pen to the second, she was like, okay, we're going. So again, I couldn't be happier. She felt so good. She was such a trooper yesterday. It was so hot yesterday. It's so hot again today. We've had crazy humidity. It was just a very long, hot day. And I swear, like this horse has she's been something else this year. And I'm so proud of her. And there's always just something when you've trained a horse from day one, like Dodge, that I know you guys have not seen much of because he's mostly retired now. But I trained from day one from the wild. And Boo, she's kind of been like a project with my husband and I. He broke her as a baby, and then she got sold and had all this stuff happen and came back. And I will probably do a little segment on all the horses that you see, like their history. They all kind of have some crazy backstories. Fun fact, when I was starting my training business, Valkyrie Performance Horses, one of the other names I was leaning towards was Underdog Performance Horses, because a lot of my horses are underdogs. They come from weird backstories, weird situations. Like Dodge was a wild Mustang. Larry was sentenced to death at 5 years old. Boo sent people to the hospital. So it's all my horses have these really weird backstories, even though I never look for that when I have them. They just kind of show up like that. But so like my husband and I kind of like got her going again, and then like I've done all the training from day one of her on barrels and like getting her loping and just like the basics. Like when I first rode her, she was just like this tiny little green bean, and then now she's like going out here and like holding her own as in these big races, and it just makes me super proud. And there's just something to say about when you've trained a horse from day one, and there's so many ups and downs, and there's so many questions, and am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Should I sell them? Should we get along? Doing this and that. So to have everything finally paying off this year, it just feels so amazing. So I'm super proud of her. This next weekend we actually have off. Shocker. We have no shows anywhere. So we actually have off the weekend. I'm on call for work, but we're taking the weekend off just to let the horses kind of chill, work things at home, do whatever. And then the weekend after, we head over to West Virginia for a race. So this is July 4th weekend. So my husband's birthday is actually on July 4th, even though he works. But today we're just kind of catching up on stuff. We work tomorrow, and then we're off July 4th. So yeah, we're just kind of taking a little minor easy break on the workload the next like week and a half. But again, Boo, she needs to have a little bit more work. Again, she's doing great, but I just want to work on her stamina a little bit, and I feel like she gained a little weight during all the baby stuff, so we're going to work on that too. But we are kind of we're already halfway through the show season, which is super crazy to me. So we're just going to kind of cruise through the next week or so and let the horses have it easy, and we will be back and hopefully in West Virginia. You good?